Okay, I was interrupted. So yeah, so now we can be friendly, we can be amicable, okay? Having a spirit of friendliness. We're ready to have that spirit of friendliness. It doesn't mean that these two people needed to have an argument before. It can be another situation where there's just a spirit of friendliness. Let's say you're in an elevator and you you ask someone what number, what level, and then you do it for them, or you pick up someone's trash that they dropped or whatever. These things can all be amicable. If there was a meeting at work and there was just a spirit of friendliness, it was amicable. Things were amicable. They were amicable with one another. Okay, moving on to amiable. I remember this one because I think Amy was amiable. So it's having a friendly manner. And the difference is we're talking about one specific person, not two or more, like amicable. So Amy was amiable. She gave me an amiable look. Like she looked at me with an amiable expression. So, it was with a friendly manner. She had a friendly manner. She was amiable. She spoke in an amiable manner. She spoke amiably. So, these are the two words that come from amare. That's Latin for to love. But there's also the branched off meaning friends. So that's why we write friendship. That's why we write AMI equals love/friendship on the worksheet. Okay, two more. One's super quick. Cordial. You'll see how the spelling of that. And that means warm and friendly. So if you go over to someone's house and they were warm and friendly, then they were cordial. And people can be cordial with one another. You can speak to someone cordially. That's just warm and friendly. And that is a synonym we can use for how do I want to describe this person. I like to have a lot of different synonyms, to have different options, because there's always nuances. And what that means is they're mostly similar, but there are slight differences. For example, if we want to say that someone is, let's see, like benevolent, we're saying not so much that they're nice, but that they're well-meaning, that they mean well. And so we can use that if we want to be specific. Of course, they're friendly if they're benevolent, but we're being more specific. Just like amicable and amiable, cordial, warm and friendly. And then we have my personal favorite, which is gregarious. I do love benevolent. I love that word, but gregarious, I like it for two different reasons. So we'll see on the worksheet that means fond of companionship, fond of company, or sociable, right? So the first reason I love it is because I'm like, hey, I feel like I'm gregarious. I love to talk to people. I love having company around and just really like getting to know people, or you never stop getting to know people. So like it's kind of like seeing into someone else's mind. I just love the people around. So the other reason why I love gregarious, and by the way, it comes from a Greek word, which is like, I might be wrong about this, so don't write it down. It's like gregarious. It's like the same word, but there's a nuance in there between the English spelling. So the second reason that I like the word gregarious is that the Greek meaning of it is pertaining to, which means having to do with. Okay, so we can just say having to do with a flock or a herd. And I love just the idea of that. It kind of takes me to Greece, and I can see, their landscape and the different landscapes and their different the way that their culture is, you know, they do a lot of livestock stuff. And so there's herds and flocks, and I just see sheep and cows and stuff like that. And I just imagine one of those cows is just like, I like being with you guys. And it's just talking, and they're sociable. They like to be amongst the crowd. And so, yeah, that's the Greek meaning of that. So, yeah, I'll have it all written down for you guys to see. But so now we have benevolent, amicable, amiable, cordial, and gregarious. So if you want to describe someone that's friendly, but they're not just friendly, you can go to those words. And your only homework for today is to write one sentence for each word, and it has to make sense. Show it to myself or your mom. Okay, love you guys.